Good morning, this is Christer. When you see this video, you have received my morning routine. And I want to share with you how I do my morning routine and why that morning routine is one of the most important things I do every day. Actually, it is a full day routine. We all start with a morning routine, but I will take you through my whole day routine and how I do this to make sure that I reach my goals and that I live the life I truly love. All successful people have a morning routine. A morning routine is not something I invented. I have invented this morning routine because this is the way I do it. But if you look back several of 100 years, all successful people, and even today, all successful people, they have a regular way of doing every morning. And why do we do that? There are two main reasons. One is to be aligned with your goals, to make sure that your day has the focus that takes you to the goal. And the second thing is to go into the mood of achieving the goal. Because achieving goals is 95% mindset. It's so much about how you think. And the morning routine will take you on the right path. It's like going on a highway. You know, when you go on a highway, you go on that acceleration field. You know you're going in that direction. You don't wonder where you're going. If you're going to the shop, to the store, to job, you know you do these things over and over again. It's a routine. It's an efficient way and it takes you to your goal. So let's look into the morning routine. First of all, define your goals. I have a goal card. These are my goals. And on the back it is a picture of me in my goal, something I want to achieve. And the goal is the life you really want to live. That is the goal. And that is the most important thing you have, actually, because it gives you your life direction. This is the direction I want to go. Robert Heinlein said this: in absence of clearly defined goals, people become strangely loyal to performing daily trivia. And without goals, you just live every day on repeat, every month on repeat, every year on repeat. It does not take you to where you want to be. And the start of reaching goals is a good morning routine. So my morning routine starts up in bed, actually. When I wake up, I think about my goals, I think about what I want to do this day, and I get out of bed. I either meditate the first thing in the morning, because after sleep your mind is still in a meditative state, so it's easy to meditate. It takes me about 15 to 20 minutes. I use a guided meditation, meaning that I go to YouTube and I have two meditations I use. One is by Bob Proctor, my first mentor. I really like that. And the other one is from something called Sound Science Soul, which is also a guided meditation based on the Silva method. So I vary between them. Sometimes I use one from Abraham Hicks as well. Those are the three meditations I use. There are lots of meditations on YouTube, guided meditations. Find one that resonates with you. You don't have to meditate for hours. It's like 10, 15, 20 minutes. That is enough. The purpose of a meditation, to calm down your mind and to open up your mind for new ideas. So that is one step. You can meditate after you get up in bed. You can meditate when you are in bed. And you can meditate just during a part of the morning routine. So one part is meditation. The most important thing I would say is to go into gratitude. You know, gratitude is first level of love. To be grateful for everything you have is a key thing, because through gratitude you focus on what you want. So many people are focused on what they don't want. They complain about everything going on around them. So how do I do gratitude? I write down by hand. So I have this form that I have for my morning routine, and it says 10 gratitudes by hand. So I take my pen and I start writing down. You know, I'm so happy and grateful now that I had a great morning coffee with my wife Elin. I'm so happy and grateful now that the sun shines. I'm so happy and grateful that I will have a wonderful meeting with my clients today. It's like the smallest things to the biggest things. And gratitude is about what you have and also what you want to have. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am financially free. More and more money comes easily and effortlessly to me from known and unknown sources. I am a bigger and bigger center of circulation of money. That is one of the things. That is an affirmation, and it's a part of my gratitude list as well. Gratitude is something you train yourself to think and to feel, right? Gratitude is something you feel. And as I said, gratitude is the first level of love. It is a very, very good feeling to have, to be grateful. You can be grateful for the things you like and grateful for the things you don't like, because they show you clearly what you want more of. They show you what you don't want, and then this is what I want. So I'm really grateful for what I call all the contrasts, those things that I don't like. I appreciate that. I appreciate my good results. I'm grateful for my good results. I'm grateful for my bad results, because the bad results, and we all have good and bad days and good and bad results, they give me fire and desire to change, right? Most people, they learn from their failures, not from success. And through a morning routine, you will learn from your failure and not be stuck. You will just continue to move. So that is the gratitude list. At least 10 things you're happy and grateful for. When you get into the habit of being grateful, it's easy to make like 15, 20 gratitude things. Sometimes I write the whole page and then I realize, oh, I'm done, but I'm still grateful. So that is the first thing. Go into the feeling of gratitude. It's a key thing to living the life you truly want. And then second, I write my goals by hand at least 5 times. And they are on my goal card, right? And they say, and all goals are written in present tense. I am so happy and grateful now that I live the life I truly love. I am so happy and grateful now that I make 500,000 kroner a month, if that is your financial goal. That's just an example. Then you end the goal card with, it is done. Those are examples. We write them in present tense because we want to think and act like the person we are in the goal. And then the goals are in present tense. And then I write it down by hand. I say, I am so happy and grateful now that I. And I do that 5, 6, 7 times. It is through repetition that we reprogram our minds to become the person we want to be. It is through repetition that we convince ourselves that we can reach it. It's going from having a hope, a wish, a dream to a goal. And a goal is something that is a part of you. That is why I have goal cards. I have one in my car, I have one in my wallet, I have one in my pocket. Like this is in my pocket. And every time I touch it, it reminds me about my goal. So then through repetition and doing that in the morning, then you give your day a direction. I'm going towards my goals. I also write down what I call I am statements. I am statement is something of the most powerful thing we have. I am prosperous. I make fast decisions. I am a great mentor. I have another one which is I love Elin and we live the life we truly love, which is important, right? Because I want to build up. I want to love my wife. I want to live the life I truly want. So I am statement is who are you in your goal? I make fast decisions. I trust myself. I am a great salesman. You see those I am statements, you can have 10, 15. They describe who you are in your goal. And how do you find them? You see yourself in your goal. You can close your eyes, use your imagination, your ability to dream. And you go there in your mind and then you see, how do you look? What do you do? How do you think? I'm happy, healthy and wealthy. That's a good one. So those are the I am statements. So far we've gone through meditation, we've gone through gratitude, we've gone through goal, and we've been into I am statements. The last part is a part, and that's only a few minutes. That is that we study. So I study different things. I have a piece of paper here that I study every day. And studying and reading is totally different things. Reading is that you read because it's interesting. When you study, you repeat it. If you have studied, if you have been to the university, you know that the repetition, it is through repetition that you really learn. It's the same thing. So I read actually just a sentence. And this is from The Power Awareness from Neville Goddard. And he says, man attracts what he is. The art of life is to sustain the feeling of the wish fulfilled and let things come to you. Not to go after them or think they flee away. Observe your inner talking. And remember your aim. Do they match? Does your inner talking match what you would say audibly had you achieved the goal? And then a key thing for me that I study every day. The individual's inner speech and actions attract the conditions of his life. So I read this over and over and over again every morning for 5 minutes because as I study it, as I read it, new understanding comes to me, right? And that is the purpose. When I talk to my clients and I ask them about the results and how they do, I always ask, how is your discipline? Do you do your morning routine? And very, very often when the results go down, they don't do the morning routine. And that is why I hold myself accountable by writing the number. How many days have I actually done this? So I don't know how many times. I've done it more than 1,000 days. And I do it every day. It takes 30 days to create a new habit. It takes 66 days to automate something. And that is why I make this video so you can understand how important the morning routine is. This morning routine is what will take you to your goal when you do it every day. Motivation starts you, so it's fun for 2-3 weeks. And then discipline has to come. And discipline, and that is what people don't understand. People have this negative attitude to discipline. For me, discipline is the best thing I have. I mean, discipline is what takes me to my goals. Discipline is the highest form of self-love. When I'm disciplined to do the things I have said I shall do one day, then I can take the rest of the day free. So I'm disciplined on doing the morning routine. And it's really a time where you focus on the day. So do it for 30 days, and when you say that, oh, no, it's so important, I find an excuse, or it's so much things going on in life, or maybe, then just correct yourself back. At the beginning, some years ago, I used to say that I had this popcorn brain that was popping all the time, and it distracted me. So my morning routine could take me like 1 hour, 1.5 hours, because I had so many new ideas that came up, and then I wanted to explore them immediately. The biggest change was when I realized that I didn't have to act on all those ideas immediately. I could just write them down on a piece of paper. So I had a blank piece of paper, and I still do, that I can just write down the ideas and then go back to the morning routine, because ideas come, and when you do the morning routine, you're into the goal, you're into the spirit of the goal, and then some great ideas come. So I write down ideas. At the beginning, I had a lot of ideas, but through that discipline, I also trained my focus. It's one of the higher faculties in the mind. Focus, it comes from the will. Focus and discipline and concentration. So now the morning routine now takes me about, I meditate for 15 minutes, and then the rest, the studying and the I am statements, the goals, for repeating the goals, and the gratitude, maybe it takes about 30 minutes. It is the most important hour of my day. I know that when I don't do the morning routine, and as I said, sometimes I take the weekends off, I know I can take 1 or 2 days off, but if I feel on Sunday that my mind slips, meaning maybe I focus on something negative, maybe I start thinking about something that has been, that I cannot do anything about, then I correct myself, and often I say to Elin, I think I shall do my morning routine, and often she has already sensed that based on how I speak or how I feel and how I think, and she said, yeah, I think that's a good idea. So the morning routine is actually self-love. It is to keep you on track, on pace to the life you truly want. And it is through the morning routine that you train your mind. Your mind is like a muscle, you can go to the gym and you can pump up your muscles and become really fit. And the mind is the same thing. There are mental muscles that we train by doing the morning routine, and that is why it is so important. The next step that you can make is that you repeat your goal during the day. I have an alarm going off on my cell phone at 12 o'clock every day that says, repeat your goal. Are you in line with your goals? Where you think, feel, and act now. So it's just a self-rehearsal. It's a course correcting during the day. It takes about 4 or 5 minutes. And then at night, I have a night routine too, which takes about 15 minutes. And what I do then is that I look at the day and ask myself, have I been in line with my goals? Have I had the attitude, the discipline, the thinking, the actions that are in line with my goal? I do that, write that down. It takes a minute or two. And then I repeat my goal, write it by hand 2-3 times just to repeat it. And I write down 5 daily wins. I want every day to be great. What did I do great today? And the last thing I do is that I write down my goal achieving activities for tomorrow. Okay. So for tomorrow, I have a teaching class, so I'm going to have that, and that is a part of my goal achieving activity because I always want to be better, right? Then I have 3 sales calls, and I want to help people. I can say that I want to work on my attitude, which is also a goal achieving activity, that I work on what I think, feel, and act. I write down 3 to 6 goal achieving activities. I also specify how much time I shall use on that. It can be 50, 30, 45 or 60 minutes. And by planning that day and doing that, then I have a system that makes sure that through my morning routine, through the repetition during the day, which only takes a few minutes, and through the 15 minutes night routine, I'm setting myself up for success the next day. The point with goals is that we set a goal and we get emotionally involved in it, and then we focus on how we can become the person in the goal 1% better every day. And through this day routine, you will become the person in your goal. And that is why I share it with you, because it is a system that is easy to adapt, it's easy to accept, and it works. It's proven over time that it works. And this is all to your success. Have a wonderful day.